Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's test time again.
Woohoo!
Yeah, but this is the second part of our bass fishing IQ test. And
Okay.
this is where the viewers get their revenge. We got a lot of comments on that first part of the IQ test. It was difficult, but it was about tournament fishing.
Yeah.
There was some tough stuff. But here's, Megan, you know how IQ tests go. We've heard this going back years. IQ tests can test street smarts and it can test intellectual smarts. Well, here's where they're on the water smarts tested, and I know these guys are gonna kick butt on this part of the IQ test. This is all about fishing, guys. All about the tactical stuff that you guys know a ton of. You are gonna do great. You are gonna wanna see how well you do on this one. And this is where you're gonna even out those scores from the first one. Okay. So we're going to come back and we're going to do this bass fishing IQ test right after this. Welcome back to MFO, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher.
I'm Megan Fuller. Mark, before we continue, we have to talk about how we hit 8,000
We did.
subscribers.
1,000.
That's amazing.
It
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. We really appreciate all of you guys that have hit that subscribe button. You guys have been commenting. For the last 4 months, we've been putting out content Monday through Friday, and you guys have been there to support us, and we just want to say thank you. It really is cool. I mean, you've been putting up with all of our kind of hijinks and
us maneuvering,
shenanigans,
figuring out how to do a YouTube channel. Yeah, it's only taken 4 months.
It's been 4 months.
Wow,
I mean,
okay.
sometimes I feel like it's been a long 4 months, and other times I feel like it's gone by like that. But we just need to say thank you to you. Thank you so much for supporting us. We hope you'll continue to, and if you're new to the channel, we hope you'll subscribe and join us as we keep going here. It's our goal to kind of keep doing this. But then again, enough of this shenanigans. We need to get serious now because it's test time, and it's test number 2 of the bass fishing IQ test. And let's just talk about how we're going to do this real quick. Guys, you can get a pencil and paper if you want, but you can really just keep track of any that you might get wrong. Megan's going to read the question, and then she's going to give the possible answers. At that point, I will repeat the question, and then I'll give the correct answer. If you got it right, great. We'll keep going. If you got it wrong, just keep track of the number that you get wrong. At the end, we'll give you the scoring system so that you can see how you did. Okay? You got your computer up and you're ready to go? All right.
Yep.
So let's get started with question number 1 of the bass fishing IQ test.
Question 1. The bait on your screen can best be described how? A spinnerbait. B, a Colorado blade spinnerbait. C, a willow leaf spinnerbait. Or D, a double willow leaf spinnerbait.
Again, repeating the question. The bait on your screen can best be described how? A spinnerbait. B, a Colorado blade spinnerbait. C, a willow leaf spinnerbait, or D, a double willow leaf spinnerbait? And the answer is D, a double willow leaf spinnerbait.
Question number 2. Which line will sink faster? A, 10-pound mono. B, 10-pound braid. C, 20-pound fluoro. D, 10-pound fluoro.
Repeating the question, which line will sink faster? A, 10-pound mono. B, 10-pound braid. C, 20-pound fluoro. Or D, 10-pound fluoro? And the answer is C, 20-pound fluoro will sink the fastest.
Question 3. Which reel takes up more line per revolution of the reel handle? Same spool size. A, 6-1. B, 7-1. C, 8-1.
Question number 3. Which reel takes up more line per revolution of the reel handle, assuming the same spool size? A, a 6-to-1 gear ratio, B, a 7-to-1 gear ratio, or C, an 8-to-1 gear ratio? The answer is C, an 8-to-1 gear ratio.
Question 4. Which of the following is not a bladed jig? A, the Blade Runner. B, the Evo. C, the Slobber Knocker. D, the Jackhammer.
Repeating question number 4. Which of the following is not a bladed jig? A, the Blade Runner. B, the Evo. C, the Slobber Knocker. Or D, the Jackhammer? Megan, you had a hard time with that Slobber Knocker, didn't you? The correct answer is A, the Blade Runner. The Blade Runner is not a bladed jig, although the Slobber Knocker is definitely a bladed jig. Now, Megan, we're being serious. You're taking a test here. Let's get back to being serious as you're taking a test. All right. We're on to question number 5.
Question 5. Which line has the least amount of stretch? A, mono. B, fluorocarbon. C, braid. D, both B and C.
Repeating number 5, which line has the least amount of stretch? A, mono. B, fluoro. C, braid. Or D, both B and C? And the correct answer is C, braided line.
Question 6. Which is the largest blade? A, a number 2 willow leaf blade. B, a number 3 willow leaf blade. C, a number 4 willow leaf blade. Or D, unable to answer because the numbers don't reflect size.
Repeating question number 6. Which is the largest blade? A, a number 2 willow leaf. B, a number 3 willow leaf. C, a number 4 willow leaf. Or D, you're unable to answer because those numbers don't reflect the size of the blade. And the answer is C, a number 4 willow leaf blade.
The hook on your screen can be best described as A, a straight shank hook. B, a worm hook. C, an EWG hook. Or D, a trailer hook.
Question number 7. The hook on your screen can best be described as A, a straight shank hook. B, a worm hook. C, an EWG hook. Or D, a trailer hook. And the answer is D, a trailer hook.
Question 8. Dead sticking is a technique that refers to A, not reacting to a bite quickly enough and allowing the fish to fully engulf the bait. This oftentimes resulting in a fish dying due to the hook being too far into the fish to easily remove it. B, it is a term used primarily by commercial fishermen. C, It is a technique involving leaving a bait motionless on the bottom. Or D, it is a technique that can only be used with stick baits due to them not having any appendages.
Repeating question number 8. Dead sticking is a technique that refers to A, not reacting to a bite quickly enough and allowing the fish to fully engulf the bait, which results in a fish dying. B, it's a term primarily used by commercial fishermen. C, it's a technique involving leaving the bait motionless on the bottom. Or D, it's a technique that can be used only with stick baits because they don't have any appendages. And the answer is C. It's a technique where you leave the bait motionless on the bottom. Did you know that one?
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was a tricky question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they are going to get harder. We're on to question number
okay.
9, so we'll see whether or not, but I still think our guys got this. Question number 9 is coming up.
9. A reaction bite can best be described as A, a bite that triggers the fish's instinct to bite. B, the type of bite that a tournament angler must be able to entice. C, causing a fish to strike a lure even when not feeding. D, all of the above.
Question number 9. A reaction bite can best be described as A, a bite that triggers a fish's instinct to bite. B, the type of bite that a tournament angler must be able to entice. C, causing a fish to strike a lure even when not feeding. Or D, all of the above. The correct answer for number 9 is D, all of the above.
Question 10. A lighter version of a Carolina rig is known as A, Tokyo rig, B, a Mojo rig, C, a drop shot rig, or D, a mini Carolina rig.
Repeating question 10, a lighter version of the Carolina rig is known as A, Tokyo rig, B, a Mojo rig, C, a drop shot rig, or D, a mini Carolina rig. The correct answer for number 10 is B, a Mojo rig.
I think that was a trick question a little bit.
You think?
Yeah. Question 11. On a bright sunny day in midsummer at noon, where are you most likely to catch a bass? A, cruising the shallows. B, under a dock. C, deep brush piles. D, both B and C.
Question 11. On a bright sunny day in midsummer at noon, where are you most likely to catch a bass? A, cruising the shallows. B, under a dock. C, on deep brush piles. Or D, both B and C. The correct answer for number 11 is D, both B and C. Under a dock or those deep brush piles in the middle of the day in the summer when the sun's out, you gotta either look deep or you gotta look in the shade. They ain't gonna be cruising the shallows.
I knew that one.
You knew that one. All right, we're on to number 12.
Okay. 12. Which of the following is not considered power fishing? A, flipping a jig. B, throwing a chatterbait. C, throwing a jerkbait. Or D, using a drop shot.
Which of the following is not considered power fishing? A, flipping a jig. B, throwing a chatterbait. C, throwing a jerkbait. Or D, using a drop shot. The obvious answer for number 12, D, using a drop shot.
Question 13. Which of the following techniques is least likely to be enhanced with the use of forward-facing sonar? A, pitching and flipping. B, hover strolling. C, brush pile fishing. D, jerkbait fishing.
Repeating question 13, which of the following techniques is least likely to be enhanced through the use of forward-facing sonar? A, pitching and flipping. B, hover strolling. C, brush pile fishing. Or D, jerkbait fishing. The correct answer for number 13, A, pitching and flipping. We're getting down to the end, Megan. Only 2 questions left. I bet these guys don't have very many fingers that they're counting so far. I think they've been doing pretty good. Let's see.
Question 14. Which of the following is not considered terminal tackle? A, a jig. B, a split ring. C, a bullet weight. D, a bobber stop.
Repeating question 14, which of the following is not considered terminal tackle? A, a jig. B, a split ring. C, a bullet weight. Or D, a bobber stop. The correct answer for 14, A, a jig.
Question 15. Which bait does not belong with the others? A, a hollow body frog. B, a rattle trap. C, a buzz bait. Or D, a Zara spook.
The final question, which bait does not belong with the others? A, a hollow body frog. B, a rattle trap. C, a buzz bait. Or D, a Zara spook. And the correct answer for the final question is B, a rattle trap.
All right, guys, good job.
Well, we hope you did well. Remember our scoring system. If you got 0 or 1 wrong, you are considered an expert. And I think and I hope that a lot of you guys fall into that category. This, again, like I said, this test was about your knowledge there. But if you got 2 wrong, hey, you're still very, very solid. You got all of that stuff right. 3 wrong, you need to kind of brush up on some of your techniques a little bit. 4 wrong, maybe you're new to the game and you should pay more attention to Mark Fisher Outdoors, right?
Just repeat watching the videos.
Go back and watch some of our old videos, things like that. And if you got 5 wrong, I think there's a Zebco pole with a hook and a bobber for you, waiting for you, okay? But
you
guys,
can get in with me.
Yeah, right, absolutely. But here's the thing, guys, and let's talk about this real quick before we say goodnight to you. There's one more. We want you to take your scores from today and kind of average them in with how you did on the first one. And then in a week or 2, 3, we're going to come up with the third component. That one we're going to be talking about the fish themselves and the habitat that they live in and things like that. So you might want to do some studying before we get to that one. But we hope you guys have been enjoying these bass fishing IQ tests. Give us a comment. Let us know how you did. We definitely appreciate that. And stick around for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors tomorrow, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Stay channeled.